The air was thick with tension as the luxury shop, Alysium Beauty, bustled with customers indulging in high-end skincare and cosmetics. Among them was a woman named Maya, a black woman who had just entered the store, hoping to find the perfect products for an upcoming gala. However, her excitement quickly turned to embarrassment as Alexander, the store manager, approached her with a smug expression. "People like you don't belong here," he sneered, his voice dripping with disdain. "We don't offer free samples or makeup tutorials for window shoppers." With that, he signaled to the security team, who roughly escorted Maya out through the glass doors, the cold air hitting her face as she stumbled onto the sidewalk. The crowd inside the store fell silent, eyes widening as the two burly security guards gripped Maya's arms tightly, almost lifting her off the polished marble floor. Despite the humiliation coursing through her veins, Maya held her head high, her expression a testament to her dignity. She didn't struggle or scream, that wasn't who she was. As the security guards marched her past gleaming displays of luxury products, customers stepped back, creating a pathway of shame. Some averted their eyes, indifferent to the scene unfolding before them, while others pulled out their phones, capturing what would soon become a pivotal moment for Alysium Beauty. Alexander followed behind, arms crossed, a grin plastered on his face as he relished the spectacle. But what he didn't realize was that Maya was far more than she appeared. As she reached the sidewalk, she composed herself, straightening her sweater. With a deep breath, she pulled out her phone and dialed a familiar number, her husband Jake. "You won't believe what just happened," Maya said, her voice steady but laced with tension. Little did Alexander know, the woman he had just humiliated was married to a man who would soon become Alysium's worst nightmare. Have you ever faced discrimination? We'd love to hear your stories. Share your experiences in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. Join the conversation and help us weave change together. This opening sets the stage for Maya's journey, highlighting the injustice she faces while inviting viewers to engage with the narrative. Maya Johnson was not born into privilege. The daughter of immigrants from Haiti, she grew up in a modest apartment in Brooklyn, where her parents worked tirelessly to provide for their family. Her father, a taxi driver, often took on double shifts, while her mother cleaned hotel rooms. Despite their struggles, they instilled in Maya the values of hard work, perseverance, and the importance of education. Maya excelled in school, driven by her parents' sacrifices and her desire for a better life. She graduated at the top of her class, earning a full scholarship to Columbia University, where she pursued her dreams with determination. After completing her undergraduate degree, she went on to earn an MBA from Harvard Business School, further proving her dedication and intellect. What made Maya exceptional wasn't just her academic achievements, but also her character. In an industry often obsessed with status and wealth, she remained genuine and humble. She never lost sight of her roots and was determined to honor her family's journey. At a charity gala, she met Jake Reynolds, a tech billionaire who was captivated by her authenticity and kindness, unlike many others who sought to gain from his success. Their relationship blossomed quietly, away from the prying eyes of the media. When they married 3 years ago, Maya chose to keep her last name professionally, saying, "My parents gave me this name. It carries their sacrifices. I won't let it disappear." Even as the wife of one of the wealthiest men in America, she maintained her identity, refusing to flaunt her wealth or adopt the trappings of privilege. On that fateful day at Alysium Beauty, Maya was simply looking for skincare products before attending a gala event, a $50,000 per plate dinner she had organized. Little did Alexander know that the woman he had just disrespected had the means to transform his world entirely. The morning had started like any other for Maya Johnson. The sunlight filtered through the large windows of their upscale apartment on Central Park West, illuminating her minimalist bedroom. Contrary to what many might assume about the wife of a billionaire, Maya woke up early, ready to tackle her day. As she prepared for her outing, her husband Jake asked, "Are you sure you don't want Marceline to pick up your skincare for tonight?" Maya smiled and squeezed his hand. "I prefer to choose these things myself. You know how particular I am about ingredients." Growing up, she had seen her mother suffer from skin reactions due to cheap products, which made her meticulous about what she used on her own skin. Now that she could afford the best, she took pride in researching and selecting her skincare products. Dressed in her everyday uniform of dark jeans and a cashmere sweater, Maya stepped out of the house, confident in her understated elegance. She arrived at Alysium Beauty and Cosmetics, a luxurious store known for its exclusive offerings, feeling a mix of excitement and purpose. However, her enthusiasm quickly waned as she entered. Maya noticed that the staff seemed preoccupied, ignoring her presence. 3 white women entered shortly after her, each greeted warmly by the sales associates. The first was immediately treated like a VIP, while Maya remained invisible. Her attempts to engage with the staff met with dismissive glances. As she made her way toward the back of the store, where the exclusive products were displayed, she felt a presence behind her, an icy glare from Alexander Whitfield, the store manager. "Can I help you find the exit?" he asked, his tone dripping with condescension. Maya maintained her composure. "Actually, I'm interested in purchasing this collection," she replied, pointing to the high-end items. Alexander's response was harsh and demeaning, implying that she did not belong there. What followed was a humiliating confrontation that would change everything for both Maya and Alysium Beauty. After the humiliating scene at Alysium Beauty, Maya stepped outside, her heart racing. She felt a mix of anger and disbelief as she dialed her husband Jake. When he answered, she took a deep breath, trying to steady her voice. "Jake, you won't believe what just happened," she said, her tone tight with emotion. From the other end, Jake listened intently, his concern mounting as Maya recounted the encounter with Alexander Whitfield. "They kicked me out because of the color of my skin," she explained, her voice unwavering despite the pain behind her words. Jake's shock quickly transformed into determination. "This is unacceptable. We need to do something about it." Once she finished sharing her experience, Jake's thoughts raced. He was not just a billionaire, he was a man deeply committed to justice and equality. "I want to make sure no one else has to endure what you just went through," he said firmly. "We have the resources to hold them accountable." Maya, still processing the incident, felt a mix of apprehension and support. "What do you have in mind?" she asked. Her curiosity piqued. "I'm thinking we could acquire Alysium Beauty," Jake replied, his voice steady. "Not just for revenge, but to transform it. We can ensure that they treat everyone with respect, regardless of their background." Maya considered this, recognizing the potential for real change. "It's not just about punishing them," she said thoughtfully. "It's about making sure this doesn't happen again." Jake nodded, appreciating her perspective. "Exactly. We'll create a space where everyone feels welcome." As they discussed the logistics, Maya felt a sense of empowerment. What had begun as a day filled with humiliation was quickly turning into an opportunity for transformation. With Jake's unwavering support, she was ready to confront the injustice head-on and turn the tide against discrimination, one step at a time. The following day, Maya and Jake arrived at Alysium Beauty, but this time they were not there to shop. Instead, they were on a mission to make a statement. As they pulled up in their sleek black SUV, Maya felt a surge of determination. Gone was the shy woman who had been humiliated just a day before. She was now ready to reclaim her power. Dressed in a tailored white suit that exuded confidence, Maya stepped out of the vehicle, followed closely by Jake, who wore a sharp but understated charcoal suit. Their presence commanded attention, and a hush fell over the crowd as they approached the entrance. Behind them, a team of well-dressed professionals followed, ready to support their bold move. Inside the store, The atmosphere shifted. Employees glanced nervously at one another, whispers spreading like wildfire as they recognized Maya and Jake. The staff had seen the viral video of Maya's expulsion, and the tension was palpable as they processed the reality of her return. Alexander Whitfield, the manager, emerged from his office, trying to maintain his composure. He plastered on a forced smile, attempting to greet them as if everything was normal. "Welcome to Alysium Beauty," he said, but his voice trembled slightly. Jake stepped forward, his commanding presence filling the space. "We need to talk," he said, his tone firm, yet calm. "Yesterday, my wife was discriminated against in your store. She was publicly humiliated and forcibly removed while attempting to make a purchase." The other employees shifted uncomfortably, aware of the weight of the moment. Jake continued, "We're not here to shop today. We're here because I have just acquired a controlling interest in Alysium Beauty." Gasps rippled through the staff, their expressions shifting from confusion to shock. As Jake revealed the details of the acquisition, the reality of the situation began to sink in. No longer just a customer, Maya was now a part of the change they sought to create. Together they were ready to reshape Alysium Beauty into a place of inclusivity and respect, holding those responsible accountable for their actions. The atmosphere inside Alysium Beauty was charged with anticipation as Jake revealed the drastic changes that were about to unfold. "As of this morning, we've acquired a controlling stake in this company," he announced, holding up the ownership transfer papers. "This isn't just about my wife's experience, it's about ensuring that no one else faces the same injustice." Maya stepped forward, her demeanor calm yet assertive. "We will be implementing new policies to promote inclusivity and respect for all customers, regardless of their background. No one should ever feel unwelcome in a place where they come to celebrate beauty." As Jake continued, the staff listened intently, their expressions shifting from disbelief to a mixture of fear and hope. Jake's voice resonated throughout the store. "We will be reviewing the management team, and those who perpetuated discrimination will be held accountable. This is not just a corporate takeover, it's a chance for transformation and growth." A murmur spread among the employees, with some exchanging glances of concern, while others began to feel a sense of relief. They understood that change was necessary, and that the new leadership aimed to create a more positive environment. Maya looked around the room, making eye contact with several employees who had once ignored her. "We are going to build a team that values every individual, and I invite each of you to be part of this change. Together, we can create a space that celebrates diversity and inclusion." As the meeting concluded, it was clear that this moment would be remembered as a turning point for Alysium Beauty. Maya and Jake had transformed a moment of humiliation into a powerful catalyst for change. The story of their journey was not just about personal redemption, but also about the broader impact of standing up against discrimination. To those watching, Maya's experience serves as a reminder that we all have the power to effect change. Join us at Change Weavers to continue the conversation and share your thoughts on how we can foster a more inclusive world.